and this should be something special. There is Mikhail Likachev, who was staying in our hotel last night with his wife and daughter, enjoying a huge chocolate cake. Well, will this be the icing on the cake for the Russians? If they can get a victory here, they'll have the support of 99.9% of the crowd. And we will very shortly be underway in the big showpiece to the tournament. Italy-Spain was a good one. This one promises to be as well. The initial shot for Switzerland is blocked. It was hit by Spaciolatella. Valentin is the goalkeeper, forward by Mizev. This is the veteran Anton Shkarin, who's now playing in his 202nd international for Russia. Forward by Leonov, one of the scorers against France. This is Shkarin again, shadowed by Werder. And now the dangerous Makarov, a player who's skillful and direct, gets the first Russian shot away and puts it just wide. They'll have to keep a close eye on him, Switzerland. He's been brilliant throughout the tournament. His goal against France, the first one, was an absolute picture. One of the best goals of the tournament so far, with a back heel to take him past two defenders, and then a wonderful curling finish. Shot has cannoned off Dejan Stankovic, who has scored a spectacular goal or two in his career, not least here where his overhead kicks have been outstanding. Here's Shkarin for Russia, finding Kryzhanov. Kryzhanov has just managed the one goal here. But, has been guilty of penalty misses in recent tournaments. Big strike by Ostrovsky, who does like a shot at goal, the Russian goalkeeper. The Russians have had more of the ball in the opening period of this final Group 1 encounter in Division A. Here's Michael Mizev. Crossfield it goes, but too far. Spaciolatella sees it come back off the advertising hoardings, which were completely blacked out by a thunderstorm earlier today. Back working again now. Happily, we don't have such problems at the moment. Here's Krashenikov. He's capable of a spectacular goal or two as well. This is Paparotny, who got the third goal against France, but was a penalty misser in the shootout against Portugal in Belgrade in the semi-final. Let's come up towards Gorshinsky, who got the winner in the opening game against Poland, or the last goal anyway, in the 4-2 victory. Swiss haven't had too much of the ball as yet. I want to get a feel of it early on. Here's Mizev. Back to Valentin. Under pressure here from Romanov. It's not a terribly good clearance by the keeper, but it's come off Gorshinsky for a Switzerland throw. Now, Russia know all about Dejan Stankovic. He spent much of his career living and working in this city. He says it's his second home. Here he is. Flicked away from him. And the long hoik upfield goes behind. Either side have really carved out what you'd call a spectacular opening yet. Mizev again. Just dinks it forward to Stankovic, who wants to shoot, but Paparotny won't let him. Here's Romanov. Spaciolatella lost sight of the ball a moment. It's come out to Paparotny, whose shot is blocked by Werder. Decision to be made here by the Maltese official, Jude Utulu. The decision is a free kick to Switzerland, to be taken by their goalkeeper Valentin. Great bunch, the referees. I've enjoyed their company. Always full of smiles and self-deprecating humour. Valentin strikes it. Easy for Ostrovsky. Here's Shkarin. Makarov, just getting it away from Stankovic. Going one way then the other. He's a slippery customer and he gets the angle drive in, and it was saved by Valentin. That's how dangerous he is. Oh, and Stankovic has lost it now. Shkarin forces another save from the Swiss goalkeeper, who you suspect is going to have to be on his mettle in this one. This was the Makarov effort. Out of nothing, he created a chance. Here's the throw, well defended by Spacioratella for Switzerland. Back it comes to Valentin. Mizev. Swiss throw, despite Kryzhanov's belief. Thumping shot by Valentin, but always going too high. It's Krashenikov, who scored a really well-taken opening goal against Poland on Friday evening. Paparotti! My goodness, that wasn't far away. Decent strike by Paparotti, who scored a great goal, cutting in and firing home against the French for number 3 yesterday. This is Valentin, and now Mizev, who's seen plenty of the ball on that right-hand side. Stankovic can't control. Headed back by Paparotti to Ostrovsky. Gorshinsky tussling with Veda. It's Paparotti. A shot off target from the Russians from distance. Valentin's been the busier of the two keepers in the opening 6 minutes, which are goalless. Valentin again with a strike. And he's tested Ostrovsky, but the punch might turn into a useful ball forward if Krashenikov can make anything of it. It's a throw-in. Krashenikov takes, headed back to him by Romanov. Krashenikov again. Awkward. Oh, and a mistake has led to a goal. Paparotti has put Russia in front. It was an error, I think, by Glenn Odell in front of his own goalkeeper. And Artur Paparotti poached and poked Russia in front. We'll see it here. Odell doesn't control it properly, and Paparotti, quick as a flash, is there to steer the ball into the net and drive the home crowd wild with the opening goal in this game. And they're screaming his name. Poor touch by Odell. Paparotti alive to it. He's a long-legged character, and he stuck out one of those legs and stuck the ball into the net. And it's Russia 1, Switzerland 0. That man's got the goal. Well, Swiss have made a few errors. Russia at the moment are on top. It's a very big error by Hodel, who's been a big goal scorer for them in this tournament. 5 already, got 4 in the 10-4 thrashing of France. Also on target subsequently against Poland. And the cries of Russia, Russia ring around the arena in the warm Sunday evening air of Moscow. Thunderstorms are a thing of the past, we hope. Here's Ostrovsky, who does like a crack at goal. He hasn't managed to score yet in this tournament. He finds the dangerous Makarov. Shkarin is dispossessed. Back it goes to Valentin, who was let down by his defender for the goal. Here's Makarov finding Shkarin. Deflected shot by him. Crossfield ball finds Mizev for Switzerland. Stankovic, they haven't yet got him into the game, they have now. But it was straight at Ostrovsky, down the middle, trying to find Kryzhanov. And no contact from the Russian front man. Here's Valentin, finding Mizev again. He's been the most common outlet for Switzerland, Mizev, but Russia have done a good job on him so far, giving him too much time and space on the ball. Here he is again. Again, it's blocked easily, this time by Shkarin. Long ball in, chested down by Romanov. Chance maybe for Russia for a second goal. The shot by Makarov was blocked by Mizev. Makarov will try again. This time it's gone just wide. Enterprising play by the Russians once more. They've had the better of this opening period, there's no doubt about that. Makarov, acrobatic, but always wide, with Valentin not needing to make the dive. This is Romanov. Oh, yes! What a strike. Kirill Romanov out of nothing has sent the crowd into further ecstasy with a second Russian goal. Well, the Swiss are not really at the races today. Kirill Romanov scored a hugely controversial goal against Poland on Friday. That was a hugely well-taken one. Not much emotion from the coach, but how about that for a volley? Valentin was completely flat-footed as the ball sailed to his right and into the corner of the net. And Russia have taken a grip on things now with a little under 3 minutes left of the opening period. Haven't been huge scorers in the tournament, only 7 goals prior to today, but they got 2 this evening, just when they needed them. And another mistake by the Swiss, whose performance has been ragged. Stankovic made the error that time. Here's Krashenikov, just rolling it out towards Romanov again, well recovered by Mizev. But again, it's a misplaced pass. There have been far too many of those for the Swiss. Deflected shot comes in from Remo Vitlin. No trouble for Ostrovsky. Mizev again for Switzerland. He swapped flanks now, goes for goal. Ostrovsky with a rather peculiar save, but just about got the job done. This is Krashenikov. And now Paparodny, overhead kick wide. Long throw by Valentin. They need Stankovic to produce something. There's the header out towards Spacioratella. Also been a big provider of goals for the Swiss, not just in this competition, but in the Euro Beach Soccer Cup in Belgrade, where they were a little bit disappointed, I think, to finish 6th. They lost to Italy before hammering Serbia, but were beaten by Ukraine in the playoff for the 5th and 6th places. Russia won the playoff for 3rd and 4th against Hungary 8-0. They're 2-0 up here in home territory. Switzerland have offered little or nothing in this opening period. Can't think of a single really serious save that Ivan Ostrovsky has had to make. You might hear it's forward by Mizev. Stankovic goes down, nothing given. And it comes out to Krashenikov. He's got away from Mizev. It's Krashenikov who's very good on the deck. Oh, goal! Russians are on. That's another brilliant strike. This time by Krashenikov. And it's 3-0 already. And you begin to fear for the Swiss, because the Russians have turned up the heat when they've needed to in the big game. And they are handsomely in front by 3-0. How about this from Yuri Krashenikov? That's the second time that Valentin's been beaten and flat-footed by the sheer quality of a Russian strike. First by Romanov and then by Krashenikov. Paparodny's goal to open the scoring was rather more prosaic, but they've all flown in, and Russia are flying high in the Euro Beach Soccer League on home soil. They lead by 3-0. Nothing at all going right for the Swiss at the moment. Attempt by Spacioratella to find Mizev comes to nothing. We're in the last minute of the first period, a period which has been as one-sided as any we've seen, which we didn't expect. And there's a foul by Spacioratella on Makarov, which will allow one of Russia's most talented players to have a pop a goal and maybe get a fourth with 55 seconds to go before the hooter. Alexei Makarov is not too far behind his old mate Anton Shkarin in the cap stakes. This is his 192nd appearance for Russia today. The locomotive player scored 3 goals in Belgrade, scored a brilliant one yesterday, and has the opportunity now to perhaps almost end it as a contest in the first period. It's Alexei Makarov. It's saved. It's Makarov again. It's saved again. And then it's hoofed away by Mizev. 2 opportunities for Makarov, both well saved by Valentin. There's another goal. They're absolutely flying now, and that's a popular one because it's been scored by Anton Shkarin. Well, I never. 4-0 to Russia, and it's the man with the double century of caps who's got it. Absolutely running away with it now. That's a hugely popular goal from the throw. Shkarin with a glancing header at the near post. Nothing going right for the Swiss, who, to be fair, are without 2 of their best players, Noolov and Mo Yegi. But Russia have been utterly dominant in this opening period, which is about to come to an end. Is there time for a 5th Russian goal? I wonder. They've virtually killed it off as a contest inside the opening period. It's been a fabulous display. And that is the end of a hugely satisfying first period for the home fans who've seen their team rip Switzerland to shreds, really. Paparotny, Romanov, Krashenikov and Shkarin all on target, and Russia are in complete control. They lead by 4. So a very one-sided first period. Saw the Russians take complete control. Have the Swiss got what it takes to try and get back at them? 2 key players injured, Mo, the captain, and Noolot, the main goal scorer, or normally the main goal scorer. They hasn't really been this season. But they've been stunned, the men in white. They've been used to big, handsome wins in this competition, but they've been absolutely second best throughout this one. One of the Russians has caught a blow in the face. I think it might be Krashenikov, and he'll need a little bit of treatment. As the clock stops 30 seconds into the second period. Krashenikov among the goal scorers in the first period. Paparotny, Romanov. Krashenikov's shot might have taken a flick off Romanov, but Romanov immediately pointed to Krashenikov. And then Anton Shkarin, the veteran of over 200 caps, with a header to make it 4-0 to Russia. Switzerland have had no answer. They're missing 2 players. They've only got a squad of 8 to choose from. One of those is a goalkeeper, so 2 are goalkeepers, in fact, of course, with Valentin now having given way to Manuel Bruder. But it looks a very dispirited Swiss squad. Krashenikov is okay and will get us back underway with a bit of skill to find Paparotny. Back to his goalkeeper, Ostrovsky. Too high for Kirill Romanov. Mizev for Switzerland. Flicked dangerously towards his own goal by Paparotny, but Ostrovsky has saved the situation. Here's Kirill Romanov finding Krashenikov. Romanov trying to get the better of Spacciaratella, when he almost did in the end. Long throw out towards Vitlin. Clever cushioned effort. Here's Stankovic trying to find a shot, doesn't. Paparotny manages to block it away before he can turn. It's not been his night tonight, certainly. It was yesterday. He was absolutely fantastic against Poland. But today, all of the Swiss players have been second best in their respective positions, really. Other perhaps than Valentin, because Ostrovsky in the Russian goal has had little or nothing to do. On the ball here. Chance from the home crowd, who are thoroughly enjoying themselves on this Sunday night. Last day of the weekend, which has been gloriously sunny, apart from a mad half an hour where we had a tropical rainstorm, thunder, lightning, you name it. Important tackle there by Spacciaratella to make sure that Kryzhanov couldn't get forward. Here's Shkarin for Russia. Leonov. Shkarin's gone for the return. They're not in any great hurry in this second period, and why would they be? Here's Kryzhanov, though. Back to Leonov. The loose one by the goalkeeper, but he's got away with it because the skillful Makarov has been able to manoeuvre a position here. It's a good ball forward too as well towards Shkarin, and Makarov with a follow-up and a good save by Valentin to flap the ball away. It's hit the corner flag on the far side and just dribbled over the line. It's a corner to the Russians. Makarov almost getting a fifth, and then an acrobatic effort by the same player is gathered by Valentin. Here's Mizev. Glenn Hodel. The real incentive perhaps is to get himself onto the top goal scorers position, currently occupied by Vukcevic of Serbia and Negara of Moldova. So it's two of the less vaunted nations that have got the top scorers at the moment. Both of them got hat-tricks today. Here's Kryzhanov for Russia. Good tackle by Spacciaratella. Good run by Spacciaratella as well. In the end, it comes all the way back. This is Valentin. Nicely done by Mizev. Spacciaratella out wide, but he can't find him. Good block by Paparotny. Shot by the goalkeeper, Valentin, is blocked. Here's Werder for Switzerland. Back to Mizev, Werder again. Goes Glenn Hodel, no foul by Paparotny, chance for a shot on the turn. It's a very rare shot from the Swiss point of view. It was fired in by Nicola Werder, and it's gone behind for a corner. Well, can they get themselves something, the Swiss, who've been so completely second best? Werder has just left it. It's going to be taken from the other side by Dejan Stankovic. That was a rare glimpse of optimism for the Swiss through Hodel, but he didn't get his overhead kick right. It's with Ostrovsky, nodded behind by Mizev. Valentin finds Mizev. Mizev across to Hodel. Acrobatic effort, chance for Switzerland, snuffed out by Ostrovsky before Werder could get there. Goalkeeper did well, but he's injured himself in making that save. but just a couple of occasions in the last couple of minutes where there's been potential opportunities for Switzerland. Goalkeeper did well, ended up sitting on the ball, and with Werder sitting on his hand, but he's going to be okay. Clock has stopped with 5.5 minutes left in the middle period of this one-sided climax to Division A Group 1. Goalkeeper Ostrovsky will hit it. He is a good striker of the ball. He's certainly not shy of having a shot or two from distance. Drives it, but it's quite a long way wide in the end. Probably 5 meters. Here's Mizev, who's worked hard without profit, really, for the Swiss. Here's Stankovic, whose night it simply hasn't been today. Switzerland have done well in this second period, to be fair. And they found a goal from Stankovic, and they deserve it, really, for their labours. Well, it was typically brilliant from him. Dejan Stankovic puts Switzerland on the scoreboard. They're still 4-1 behind, but it was a fantastic goal, and Ostrovsky is finally beaten. Clever little back heel by Mizev, and what a lovely, precise finish that is by Stankovic, who joins Vukishevich and Negara on 6 goals for the tournament. Got a hat-trick yesterday, 2 on day 1, and he scored again, and the Russians are breached for the first time, hoping to keep a second clean sheet, having kept France out yesterday. Paparotny strikes the crossbar straight from the restart. Well, he is a player, Dejan Stankovic, who's held in huge fond regard by Russians. Had some very kind words to say about the country and the tournament and the city. And it was heartfelt, so I don't think too many of the Russians in the crowd will begrudge him a goal there, as long as perhaps he doesn't get a few more and put the pressure on the home side. But here's Krashenikov. He's given it away, though, to Stankovic. Here he's going to shoot again. And he's going to score again. No, he's not. For a moment he curled that in, but it hit the post. Frustration for him. Still 4-1 Russia. Switzerland had the better of this period, there's no doubt about that. I haven't seen too many Russian chances other than Paparotny hitting the bar, but here's Makarov with a brilliant run! And it's cleared off the line. But it was a scintillating run forward by Makarov, and only Spacciaratella on the goal line prevented him from scoring a magnificent individual goal. He's been one of the top players in the tournament, there's no question about that. Alexei Makarov. That was a wonderful run. Swiss were fortunate as they looked for a second goal that Spacciaratella was on the goal line. Here's Kryzhanov. No space for him to get through. Blocked by Mizev. Free kick is awarded. To the Swiss. It's Michael Mizev over on the far side. It's not an easy chance by any means. Very, very long distance from goal and wide on the left-hand side as they attack as well. But Mizev goes short and tries to find Stankovic. Gets it back, Mizev. Stankovic with another volley. This one's hugely off target. Here's Makarov. crossfield. So Leonov calmly back to Ostrovsky. Switzerland have got themselves a goal, but not really got themselves back into the game yet. Here's Makarov, who nearly made it 5 in brilliant fashion a moment ago. Strike on the volley by Leonov, but wide. Those two combined for one of the 3 goals against France yesterday. Here's Valentin. And now Mizev. And now Vitlin. Shkarin almost runs into trouble, but Russia have dug themselves out, and Shkarin's speeding forward, trying to exploit a gap at the other end. Here's Makarov. Leonov. Krashenikov! Precise finish from Yuri Krashenikov. Russia go back to leading by 4 clear goals. It's 5-1 now. He really is a lovely finisher, Yuri Krashenikov. Guided that one magnificently into the corner. It hadn't really been on song, Russia, in this second period, but when they've got players of this quality, that's what they can do. And just watch how precise he is with this finish. Lovely guide into the corner with the instep. Quality finishing from a top player, and Russia are 5-1 up with a minute and a half left in the second period of this game, which has not been as close fought as we thought it might. Oh, but the Swiss have got a goal out of nothing. Spacciarotella. See that coming, but it's a decent goal. Now it's 5-2. Spacciarotella with the ability to somehow find the net from an unpromising position. Ostrovsky was beaten at full stretch. Spacciarotella takes his personal tally to 5. It was nicely done, so really good goal. I don't think the Russians were expecting that at all, and it's now 5-2. Krashenikov hits it again. This time it bounces wide. Spacciarotella again. They're going to have to watch out for him. He's a really good finisher, as he showed a moment ago. That one was wide, though. Here's Paparotny, who got the first of the 7 goals that we've seen so far in this concluding match. Close to the end of the second period. Paparotny in no great hurry to get things going for Russia. Ostrovsky may have a pop from here. Instead, it's gone out to Krashenikov, whose finishing has been exemplary. Goes for another. This time it's straight at the keeper. Stankovic trying to set himself up, dispossessed by Gorshinsky, who's on his way. It's a good run by Gorshinsky. And it's just about tidied up in front of his keeper by Vitlin. Suddenly Russia are in the mood for another goal. Paparotny. Krashenikov! Can't find it. That's the end of the second period. Russia still sitting pretty. Switzerland have got goals on the board, but Yuri Krashenikov, number ones, so far justifying that status. 5-2 they lead against the Swiss side, who've been not as competitive as you might expect. Missing Ott and Mojegi badly, but Russia have been ruthless. And barring an unexpected shock, they should finish the night top dogs in Division A Group 1. They have Maxim Huskov in goal for the final period, replacing Ivan Ostrovsky. Here's Leonov just Swinging it across field to the excellent Makarov. Another great performance from him. And Krashenikov also excellent for Russia. Strike on goal by Huskov goes over. Here's Makarov. Valentin drives it wide. I suspect that Russia have done enough, but a Swiss goal at any stage might just put the cat amongst the pigeons. Here's Krizanov, hasn't been able to add to his opening day goal against Poland yet. Makarov had produced a brilliant run in the second period, only for Spacciaratella to clear off the line. Pushkov throws it out, intercepted by Vitlin. Chance here, good save. Well struck by Remo Vitlin. Shkarin into Krizanov. He's illegally manoeuvred himself a shooting position there, spotted by the Maltese official. And it's a free kick to Switzerland. Mizev will take the free kick for the Swiss. If they can get themselves into 5-3, you never know. They won't like that. Paparotny. And now Groszinski. It's gone out of play. Mizev will take the throw quickly, as Switzerland have to. This is Valentin. Mizev teases it up towards Stankovic. Not much power on the header, though. Trying to find a way past Valentin, but he's blocked by the Swiss goalkeeper. It's going to be a corner to Russia, which Krashenikov, who's got such a lovely delivery, will take. Header by Paparotny too high. Valentin out to Mizev. Controls it well. Stankovic. Overhead kick, brilliant! Well, that might change things. Dejan Stankovic gets his second of the game and 7th of the tournament. And suddenly, it's 5-3. Now, that may give the Russians something to think about. Brilliantly taken goal from this magnificent player who in the last couple of days has produced all manner of brilliant finishes, and that was up there among them. Dejan Stankovic. And suddenly, with a shade under 9 minutes to play, Russia are only leading by 2 goals, having led by 4 early in the second period. They can't afford to take their foot off the gas. Here's Valentin. It'd be some comeback if the Swiss can do it here. Spacciaratella. Oh, he's found the net. Oh, my goodness me. Sandro Spacciaratella emulates Dejan Stankovic. It's 5-4 now. And suddenly, Switzerland have quietened the home crowd. 3 goals without reply from 5-1 down, 2 from Spacciaratella and 1 from Stankovic. All of them very, very good finishes. And the depleted Swiss squad might be on the brink of something rather special here. And the Russians, with the crowd sensing that they need to lift it, will face a very, very anxious 8 minutes here. And wide it goes from Makarov. Suddenly, the incentive is with the Swiss, who, from nothing really, from looking very much second best, are almost on level pegging. It's Valentin. Here's Spacciaratella, who's had a wonderful tournament. Tries to win it again. Stankovic goes in. You can just see how much the Swiss are invigorated by those couple of quick-fire goals. Stankovic and Spacciaratella have 2 apiece. But they need another one to prevent the Russians from delighting the crowd and winning this game. It's Mizev trying to work his way infield. Werder. Shot strikes a defender. Spacciaratella off balance, hits it wide. The Russians just need to regroup a little here. They've been a bit complacent in this final period. They went into it leading 5-2. Suddenly it's become 5-4, and Stankovic has either injured himself or got a little bit of cramp for the Swiss. They've had to work extra hard without the squad members, Moyegi and Noel Ott. Stankovic forced to come off. Glenn Odell is the man coming on, but they'll want Stankovic back on the pitch as soon as they can, because he's their talisman, he's their goal scorer, he's the man who can create something out of nothing, and that's what they need at the moment with under 7 minutes to play. Russia seem to have gone into a kind of sleepwalk here. After dominating the first 2 periods, they've come unstuck in the third. They were 4-0 up, remember. Now it's 5-4. Ostrovsky's back in goal. Just trying to kill a bit of time by knocking the ball around. Can be a dangerous tactic. There's the header back across. Oh, and that's the goal they wanted. And Makarov, fittingly, their outstanding player, provides it. And has that ended the Swiss resistance, I wonder? Beautifully set up, nodded back into his path, and Alexei Makarov on hand to provide the downward header into the back of the net. And Russia, having conceded 3 goals to make it 5-4, have managed to establish a 2-goal advantage again. It was a lovely cushioned header by Shkarin, and Makarov stooped only a metre or so out and found the empty net. And that is a massive relief for everyone inside this stadium, bar the Swiss players and management staff, because just for a moment the Swiss were threatening something extraordinary. They might still cause a few problems. Stankovic is back on the pitch as Spacciaratella fires it over the crossbar. You just wonder how fit Stankovic is. But that cheer from the Russians was more out of relief than anything else, I think, when Makarov's header found the back of the net. But they have a free kick now for the foul by Stankovic on Ilya Leonov. And it means that the Russians, with 6 minutes left, have a chance maybe to seal the deal with this one. Leonov got the second goal against France in the 3-0 win, trying to seal the win against Switzerland here, but too high. It's the highest scoring game that Russia have been involved in by some distance. 4-2 against Poland, 3-0 against France. 10 goals here between them and Switzerland, but crucially they've got 6 of them. Here's Mizev. Bruder. Low drive, not far away from the Swiss goalkeeper. Clock is continuing to tick down, though, against the men in white. Here's Ostrovsky finding Paparodny, who's rather overcooked his back pass, but not dangerously so. Oh, Romanov, well, he thought he kept it in spectacularly there, but he hadn't quite. Russia are 5 minutes away from celebration in their own backyard. Here's Spacciaratella, though, who's done more than anyone to spark this Swiss revival, but it looks like they're going to fall just short once they can produce something here. Here is Spacciaratella. Back to his goalkeeper. Ruda finds Mizev, gets to the byline, dangerous cross, but nobody there to put it into the back of the net. It goes away for a Russian throw on the near side. Here's Paparodny. Goalkeeper scampers across and just puts it out of harm's way. Stankovic wants to take the throw quickly. Spacciaratella is there for him. Stankovic again. Good control, but his path to goal is blocked at the moment. Tries to lift it in. Good defending by Paparodny. The Russians may break here, but the ball is too long. And Bruda collects. Spacciaratella finds Mizev. Stankovic! Oh, did it go in or did he hit the post? I think it's a goal. Came off the stanchion and straight back out. Stankovic has done it again. It's 6-5. Incredible consistency from this man. And Switzerland are still very much in this. Stankovic is suffering from cramp, but how about that? Wasn't sure it had gone in at first because it rattled the stanchion. And then you'll see it here. It does go past the keeper. But it's hard to tell whether it was the post or the back of the net. Happily for Switzerland, it was the latter. Stankovic has now got a second successive hat-trick and 8 now goals for the competition. 2 in the first game against France, 3 against Poland, 3 now against Russia, but they still need one more. With the clock stuck at 3 minutes and 46 seconds to go. A dramatic climax to events here. As Krashenikov fails to control. Werder wants to take it quickly, finds Bruda. Are we to get some more Swiss heroics? They're going to have to keep a tight shackle on Stankovic because he's been absolutely inspired. Here he is again. And he's fouled by Paparodny. Well, Switzerland, are they going to do the impossible? The crowd aren't happy. You can hear the whistling. But the referee, Judutulu, has ruled that Dejan Stankovic was fouled in the act of trying to produce one of those trademark overhead kicks, and well, he's got 3 already. Is he going to send us level? Stankovic then to try and make it 6-all dramatically for Switzerland. Yes! My goodness me, what a comeback. And Stankovic, incredibly, has got 4 now. 9 for the tournament, and it is 6 apiece. Would you believe it? With 3 minutes and 24 seconds to go. Could we be heading for extra time at the end of this dramatic day's action in Moscow as the shadows lengthen? It's 8:15 in the evening. Oh my goodness! Krashenikov has side-footed it straight into the net brilliantly. And Russia are back in front. What a final this has been. It's 7-6 to Russia. And Switzerland, having got themselves back level, are behind again, and you can hear what the crowd think of it. What a strike by Krashenikov. Absolutely brilliant. He's the best striker of the ball in this competition. Stankovic goes for the spectacular, but for the purity of hitting the ball accurately, Yuri Krashenikov is peerless. Here's Stankovic for Switzerland, who now have to do it all again. Goodness me. Well, what a finale we have. There are still 3 minutes to go as Bruder knocks the ball behind. Russia look to get it forward quickly to Leonov. Overhead kick by him, harmless. Bruder gathers. Switzerland have less than 3 minutes now to try and do it again, but the ball is lost, and that's a foul by Makarov, who's furious that the award has been made. And once again, the referee in the thick of it is the Maltese official who's ruled that that was a foul by Makarov on Mizev. Well, what extraordinary drama we've had in this final. It really has. It's not really a final, to be honest. It's a group match, but you know what I mean. It feels like one because it's winner takes all. And at the moment, it's the Russians who lead, but if Michael Mizev can produce something astonishing here, then, well, it'll be another chapter in this extraordinary story. It's 7-6 to Russia. Here's Mizev. Goalkeeper saves, but at the expense of a corner. The crowd are at fever pitch now with the clock ticking down. Switzerland need another goal. They were absolutely out of it at 5-1 down. They've done an incredible job to get back even close to the Russians. But Krashenikov's wonderfully placed shot from the restart might be enough for Russia, but here come the Swiss. Odell tries the overhead kick, nothing doing. Spacciatella is there, the goalkeeper grabs it from him, and Russia can just breathe a little more easily for a few moments. Makarov challenging with Odell. Ball's popped out to Leonov. Leonov to Krashenikov. This time it goes into the keeper's gloves. Well, it's been a pulsating game. Overhead kick is off target by Spacciatella. Clock is ticking down, less than 2 minutes to go. Yuri Krashenikov have done more than anyone if Russia are going to win this to achieve that result. Gets it back to his goalkeeper. Crowd urging the Russians to hang on, which they have done for large periods of this game. Makarov, though, can they seal it with another goal? Makarov tries to find a way through. There isn't one. It's gone out of play, but it's a Russian throw. Here's Ostrovsky. It's been the best game of the tournament so far. They've saved the best till last, the Russians, and they're very close now. Makarov tries to shoot, blocked by Hodel, and then goalkeeper Bruder is there. There's still a minute for Switzerland to try and take us into extra time. Not able to there, as Makarov can't control. Valentin gets it forward again. It breaks for Makarov. Tries to go past his man. Once again, it's with Valentin. Once again, it's defended by Russia. There are mere seconds left now. Here's Krashenikov. Brilliant save by Valentin. Krashenikov claims it was outside the zone. Oh, and the Swiss have been given another free kick. Oh, my goodness me, the drama. Once again, Jude and Tulu is not the most popular man with the home fans. Well, I never. Are we going to get a virtual last kick equaliser for Switzerland? Well, Dejan Stankovic has already scored 4 goals in this final, but could end up on the losing side. Having said that, he has an opportunity here to crash it into the net with 33 seconds to go. And that would take us potentially into extra time. It's been a quite astonishing finale to the proceedings in Moscow. Dejan Stankovic, long run-up. Crowd trying to put him off. It won't, I'm sure. He's very experienced. Referee just yellow carding Makarov for the protestations or the encroachment. Well, Moscow holds its breath as Dejan Stankovic prepares to try and provide a dramatic finale to this game. Whistle blows. Stankovic scores! Would you believe it? 7 apiece. He's got 5. Switzerland have scored, and there are only 30 seconds left. What they need, the Russians, now is another bit of magic from Krashenikov from the kickoff. He did it last time. Surely he's not going to do it again. Stankovic has been absolutely inspired. That's 10 goals for him in the tournament. He's the runaway top scorer. 30 seconds separating Russia and extra time. Krashenikov forward, away by Switzerland. They should have wrapped it up. They were 5-1 up. Somehow they find themselves 7-all. There are mere seconds now. One last chance maybe. It's Leonov. Forward to Makarov with a header. Claims he was fouled. Not given. Dipping volley by Spacioratella is too long. And it looks like we're going to have an extra 3 minutes in the final match to decide which of these two teams wins it, although Stankovic is trying to force one for the Swiss. That's the end of regulation time. An absolutely astonishing match ends Russia 7, Switzerland 7. Switzerland scored 5 goals in the final period. The Russian crowd can't quite believe it. I'm not sure I can either, because at 5-1 in the middle period of the second section of the game, Russia looked absolutely home and dry. Somehow, Dejan Stankovic has found a superhuman effort within himself to take us into extra time. So, 36 minutes couldn't separate the two teams. 3 more minutes to try and do that. If not, then we're into the nail-biting drama of a penalty shootout. Russia to kick off in the extra time period. Just 3 minutes, of course. Krashenikov just wide. What a finale. This goal tally equals the 14 that Switzerland shared in their 10-4 win against France. But will there be a 15th to win it for somebody? Here's Mizev for the Swiss. Intercepted by Shkarin. Suddenly it's come through, there's a chance here. Oh, it's blazed over by Leonov. Glorious opportunity for Russia in the extra time period to get what might have been a winning goal, but he got underneath it and lifted it too high. Well, you've got to hand it to Switzerland. They've been incredible. Most teams would have crumbled at 5-1 down with 2 of their best players sidelined, but not them. Here's Mizev. Stankovic. It's come out. It was an opportunity. Both teams going hell for leather to try and find a winning goal. Stankovic for Switzerland still has it, fires a shot in. It's a weak one. It's gathered by Ostrovsky. Here's Krashenikov. It's a wonderful finale. The Russians can't find space for a shot. Romanov finds Leonov. Here's Shkarin pounced upon by Valentin and then bowled out to Spacciaratella. There's an injury to a Swiss player. I think it's Stankovic again who's gone down hurt. He's given absolutely everything. The clock is stopped with less than a minute and a half remaining of this extra time period. It's now 8:30 in the Russian evening, and we're still no nearer to knowing who might win this game. Crowd getting behind their team. It's been a fantastic match. It's the first thing to say. Whoever loses it will feel very sore. There's Leonov, who had that chance a moment ago but put it over the top. This is Romanov finding Paparotny. This is Ostrovsky. Is he going to try and get the glory for the Russians? It's guided out to Leonov. It's driven across the face of goal and wide for a throw-in. It looks like penalties at the moment. Here come Switzerland. Mizev's shot is blocked. Knocked out of play by Valentin. Will there be time for Russia? 11 seconds to go. Leonov. Nothing given. And Switzerland try and get across. It's knocked out of play by Ostrovsky. And that is it. So the conclusion of Division A, Group 1 will go the full distance. We will have penalty kicks to decide who are champions. Unbelievable match. Russia led by 5-1, but then Dejan Stankovic with 5 individual goals has helped Switzerland hugely to get to 7-all. That after Yuri Krashenikov had made it 7-6, but Stankovic with a wonderful free kick. And it will be penalties to decide which of these two magnificent teams will lift the trophy and take all 9 points at the top of Division A, Group 1. Well, the Swiss are in a huddle. The Russians are taking refreshment. The referees have got to sort out which end the penalties are going to be taken from and which side are going to take the first kick. All that has to be done. Mexican wave from the crowd in anticipation. Oh, it's been a great day out, really has. And the last game has exceeded all expectation. It's the best beach soccer game ever that I had the privilege of commentating on. It could be down to the 2 goalkeepers, Ostrovsky for Russia and Valentin for Switzerland. Looks like the penalties are going to be held in front of the goal to the left-hand side as you look. There is Stankovic, who, well, almost individually has dragged Switzerland from a hopeless position into one where they might have a chance of emerging triumphant. First penalty for the Russians is going to be taken by Yuri Gorshinsky, the 39-year-old defender who got the 4th goal against Poland in that 4-2 win on Friday. Remember, it's 3 kicks each, and if there's nothing conclusive by that stage, it'll be sudden death. So Yuri Gorshinsky for Russia against Valentin scores. 1-0 Russia. Here's the man whose 5 goals have dragged Russia back from 5-1 up to 7 apiece. Dejan Stankovic, a man who has spent large periods of his career in this city. 5 of the 7 Swiss goals have gone to him. He's got 10 goals in 3 games. He'll get the trophy, whatever happens in the final, to the Swiss as top scorer, but he needs to score here. Stankovic does score. 1-1 on penalties. Now, the Russians lost a penalty shootout, remember, against Portugal in the semi-finals of the Euro Beach Soccer Cup a week ago in Belgrade. Yuri Krashenikov is the second taker for Russia. You would expect him to score, given the terrific finishes that he's shown throughout this tournament, notably in this final itself. But it doesn't always work out like that. Valentin faces Yuri Krashenikov, the player with a sweet right foot, to put Russia back in front. Just, oh my goodness, it wasn't too far away from a save by Valentin, who's disappointed that he couldn't keep it out. It went up off the keeper and in off the bar. Russia have got a bit lucky. And the man who got the other 2 Swiss goals in the final as Valentin trudges back will be the next to take a penalty. It's Sandro Spacciaratella. Oh, it was just powerful enough, that one from Krashenikov, to beat Valentin. And now Ostrovsky will try and keep out Spacciaratella, who scores just off the post. Well, the last 2 penalties were not desperately convincing. But it's 2-2 in the shootout, and all 4 have gone in. Well, it's Bruder this time to face Makarov, who's been outstanding in the last 2 games for Russia. It's the last of their 3 penalties, unless it goes to sudden death. Alexei Makarov for Russia scores. Pressure now on the 3rd Swiss taker, Michael Mizev. If he misses this, Russia are champions. If he scores, we go to sudden death. Pressure on Mizev, the 25-year-old midfield player. Just sets himself up. Ostrovsky looking to try and deny him. Referee just telling the goalkeeper to get back on his line. Here's Mizev. Scores. So all 6 regulation penalties have gone in, and we're now into a process of sudden death. Next up is Kirill Romanov for Russia, who's had a superb tournament in midfield. Scored a brilliant goal in this final. He's up against Manuel Bruder, the number 2 Swiss keeper. Hush around the arena as Romanov steps up. Just about again squeezes it in. Goalkeeper got something on it, but it's 4-3 to Russia on penalties. And now it's the turn of Remo Vitlin of Switzerland. Same situation as the one faced by Mizev. If he misses, then the game is over. Romanov hit it down the middle. With pressure on the Swiss taker. Ostrovsky hopes to become the hero for Russia. It's Remo Vitlin for Switzerland. misses. Russia are champions on penalties. They celebrate. They made it hard for themselves, but they've done it in the end, and the hosts in Moscow have our sports director and Gabino Renales of the tournament organisers, Beach Soccer Worldwide. There are the trophies that'll soon be handed out. It's the individual awards first.
Best goalkeeper.
Лучший вратарь московского этапа Евролиги.
Spain, number 1, Donna.
Donna is a worthy winner of the best keeper, a magnificent individual display in his side's victory against Belarus, which helped them to go on and take the crown in Division A Group 2. And that is a popular award to a player who thoroughly deserves it. Not a difficult decision, I don't think, from the judges. Donna, in most people's opinion here, was the outstanding goalkeeper. And that's thoroughly deserved.
Top scorer.
Лучший бомбардир московского этапа Евролиги.
9 goals. Switzerland. Dejan Stankovic.
Dejan Stankovic with 10 goals, actually. He's correcting the announcer. He forgot the one at the end, you know. He's not going to have that goal taken off him. But an incredible display in the final. 5 goals by him. And he will be presented with the top scorer award by Nikolai Pizarev of the FUR sports director. All smiles, a man who loves this city. He's lived in it for much of his life. And, well, he's unlucky to finish second in the end. But what an individual goal-scoring performer he is. And tell you what, of all those 10 goals, there wasn't really a bad one. They were all magnificent. So Dejan Stankovic walks away with his trophy. Who will be the most valuable player in the eyes of the judges? It's Kirill Romanov, who scored a magnificent goal in the final and has had an outstanding tournament. Also netted against France, against Poland, I should say, in the opening win. It's been a very, very good performance by him in midfield for the Russians. Been a big platform for their victory. And he is receiving his award from Nadezhda Yerastova, deputy head of the sports department of the city of Moscow. She'll have been very delighted to hand it over to a fellow Russian, and he's all smiles. He's played terrifically well. So those are the individual awards. Best goalkeeper is Donna. Top scorer, Stankovic. Best player, Romanov. There they are, the 3 individual winners, all of them magnificent in their own right.
It's now time to present the team awards from the Eurobeach Soccer League 2016 regular phase Moscow.
Дорогие друзья, пришло время вручить командные награды по итогам московского этапа Евролиги.
Champion of the Division B is Moldova.
Well, the Moldovans showed the virtue of hard work and persistence. They won every game very late, finally beating
And the award will be presented by Sergei
Estonia by 4 goals to 3, having earlier beaten Serbia 6-5 and Kazakhstan 4-3. And the award is being presented to them. Moldova are the winners of Division B.
Победитель дивизиона Б московского этапа Евролиги.
Well done to the Moldovans. Weren't necessarily among the fancied side.
2, Spain.
And Spain are the winners in Division A Group 2. Donna has already collected an individual award, but here come the Spaniards to
The award will be presented
get
by
their
Nadia
trophy. Nadezhda Yerastova will present this trophy as well. Spain, who had an awful tournament really in Belgrade as the holders of the Euro Beach Soccer Cup, have done much better here, defeating Italy today in the climax by 4-2. Aren't they delighted to receive the trophy? Up steps Donner again, the skipper. He's got an individual crown, and now he's got the one that means everything to his team. Spain celebrate, winners, Division A Group 2. They've bounced back from a poor performance in Belgrade with a stunning performance in Moscow. Donner's got his hands on 2 trophies. And Spain walk away very, very happy indeed, but the cheers will be as nothing compared to the next award, because it's the one that everybody here came to see and wanted to see. Switzerland pushed them so hard. It took a penalty shootout for them to do it, but Russia, on home soil in Moscow, have won Division A Group 1. Led by the man who passed 200 appearances for his country during this tournament, Anton Shkarin. There's the coach, Mikhail Likachev. They're all bringing their children out to share the celebration. Once again, it's Zelia Yerastova to hand over the trophy as the crowd chant the name of the Russian team. It's in the hands of Ilya Leonov, and it means that Russia are the champions. Smiling faces from players and their families at the end of a magnificent 3 days. Thank you very much, Moscow. It's been a privilege being here to watch all this magnificent competition. You could not have written a better finale, but Russia, via a penalty shootout over Switzerland, are the winners of Division A Group 1. Well done, Moscow. Giving themselves a round of applause now for the way that they've organised this tournament for us. It's been absolutely brilliant, and they've ended up with the result they wanted.